Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. With the launch of Season 5 Reloaded in Warzone, MW2, and DMZ, we ended up seeing a brand new camo event drop. This is the sort of faction showdown camo event where every single weapon category now has a new specific camo challenge for the Eddies Camo. Then if you go through and you complete all of those, you'll unlock a brand new Mastery Camo as well. That's available on every single weapon in the game and will carry forward into Modern Warfare 3. So today, I wanted to break down the best and most efficient ways you can go through each weapon category and complete these challenges. As we go through it all, if you enjoy the video, if you find it helpful at all, do me a favor, drop a like on it, would be really appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you're always up to date with everything going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Also, apologies if there's like some random clangs or bangs in the background. My neighbors are getting their roof redone, but the grind doesn't stop. Anyways, when we have our individual weapon category challenges here, for the most part, they are relatively straightforward. There are a few things you can do to obviously speed up the process though a little bit. Admittedly, the rifle category, the assault rifles, is probably the most straightforward and basic challenge. It's just simply to get 250 operator kills with an assault rifle. Now, you're going to notice the wording in these challenges is going to vary from time to time. For instance, this says operator kills, which means it has to be real players. Other challenges will say enemy kills, and that means you can do that on real players or bots, but all operator kills do have to come from real players. So playing DMZ or playing, Invasion is not going to be the ideal way to get this challenge done. 250 normal kills though while using an assault rifle. I mean, if you can jump into shipment or shoot house and just basically lobby surf for those games that'll last a bit longer, like domination, hardpoint, so on and so forth, that's going to be the most straightforward way to get that one done. Now, for battle rifles, this one is just going to be a bit more tedious, not difficult by any means, but just annoying, I guess. Get 40 operator kills while prone with a battle rifle. So again, for this one, it's operator kills, so real enemy players, and you just got to be prone for this one. Really, you could throw in any, battle rifle here just into full auto mode. That's probably where it's going to be the least inconvenient for you. And then you just really want to focus on finding a high action choke point. If you're playing domination, maybe around like the B flag area or somewhere that's going to have a lot of, foot traffic that you can stay prone and watch. I wouldn't recommend trying to play a bit more aggressive and like force a drop shot to get these done, because that might not always track. You might get a kill before you fully hit the ground, or it might not completely register. This is something where you're really going to have to play back, play slow, lay down, and just watch an angle, which is, like I said, just tedious. Not too difficult, but a snooze fest. Now, for marksman rifles, they want you to get 40 operator kills while using a suppressed marksman rifle. This one is going to be relatively straightforward, right? The EBR, the Tempest Torrent, pretty solid there. I think probably the easiest options in the mix. Just throwing a suppressor on those, anyone will do, and just get 40 basic normal enemy operator kills. Again, it's got to be real players for this, but once more, playing a small map that's a bit more hectic like shipment or shoot house is going to be the straightforward and easy way for this one. This one's not too difficult. Now, for launchers, they want you to get 75 enemy kills using launchers, and this keyword is enemy. This means you can do this against real players, or you can do this against AI. So if you're someone who is looking to just simply take advantage of the bots, dropping in a DMZ here by far is going to be a super simple way to get that done. You can go to those high action bot spawn areas and just take out your launcher and go to town, right? On the flip side, if you wanted to do this in multiplayer, again, this would not be all that difficult in a match of shipment, just because you can spam the rockets, right? And that'll get the job done relatively quickly. 75 kills ultimately is not all that much. You can use the melee on these as well. So if you're close range with a rocket, you can just spam the melee and take them out that way. That'll count, or obviously with the explosion. But if you wanted to as well, you could hop over to ground war invasion, and obviously this includes bots and real players, and you could do the same thing there as well. It's just a bit more spread out since obviously those maps are bigger, but I'd recommend trying out both and just seeing which one is going to be a bit more efficient for how you approach your style of gameplay. Overall, another pretty straightforward one, and it's nice that you can do this in a variety of modes. Now, for LMGs, this is probably going to be another tedious one. You have to get 30 operator long shot kills while using an LMG. So again, real players here, and they have to be long shots. So for this, obviously shipment is not going to be a viable option on the multiplayer side of things. If you are a free-to-play player in Warzone and DMZ, ultimately all these challenges are going to be a lot more prolonged. Multiplayer really is the most efficient way to get most of these done. I know back when I was doing my Orion grind, long shots came relatively naturally and pretty consistent in ground war, but obviously a lot of the 6v6 maps do have solid lines of sight for this now. Shoot House even has some with that mid wall that you can focus on, but a lot of the other ones do as well. So this one, there's not really a wrong answer. If you want to drop into ground war, that's a great choice. If you want to do this on some of the 6v6 maps, it might be a bit more tricky finding those ideal long shot spots, but it's still not something that's going to be too impossible. Like I said, at the end of the day, Shoot House is going to be a consistent option if you can at least post up and not, you know, have the enemies realize, okay, this guy's only going for long shots, I can just pre-aim this or never peek this. Once you get into lobbies like that, you're probably going to have to, you know, switch things up, back out and find a new one, but for the most part, 30 long shots, definitely doable. Now for melees, this one I think is going to be especially easy. You just have to get 30 enemy kills using melee weapons. So again, this one can be done on real players or the AI bots. In DMZ with the melee, this one might be a bit more tedious just because you have to cover the larger map and the larger area there. Really, on just a simple match of shipment, even against real players, 30 kills, absolutely doable. You can fly through this with some of the one hit, you know, melees, obviously. Very basic one there that is obviously annoying if you're running into it and always getting meleeed, but as the melee handler, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The melees in this game are pretty easy. Next up, we've got the handguns. This one again might be a bit more tedious. However, it is at least somewhat convenient that they want you to get 50 enemy headshot kills with a handgun. So once more, you can do this against real players or AI. Now, pistol headshots obviously going to be a lot easier against some of the AI bots because they can be pretty clueless. So dropping into some DMZ or some invasion here, I think is going to be the easier way to get this challenge done. If you're against that more and you'd rather do it against real players, obviously hardcore is going to make those headshots a lot more reliable and consistent just because you don't need to put as many shots into an enemy to get that one-shot headshot. If you really want to test yourself, you could drop in with a deagle and see how good your aim is, but ultimately I think the easiest and most straightforward path for this one is dropping in a DMZ or invasion and just hunting those bots. After that, we've got these shotguns, and for this they want you to get 3 operator kills without dying 10 times using a shotgun. So you have to get real player kills here, 10 3-kill streaks basically while using a shotgun. The KV broadside still pretty cheesy. The MX Guardian's also not too bad, neither is the Expedite. I'd recommend probably dropping in with one of those 3. Really, shotgun range in this game obviously is going to favor maps like Shipment and Shoot House, and you just got to play it smart. A lot of the time, if you can just hold an angle simply that's super close range based with a shotty, it'll be tough to lose those fights if the enemies are actively pushing you. So that just is more so going to be a your skill level thing. 10 3-kill streaks won't be too difficult. Some players will fly through this. Some players though might take a little bit of extra time. Just you know, don't get too nervous if you get on the 2, because there's going to be 2 more kills in the next life available right away, especially on a map like Shipment. Then getting towards the end here for the SMGs, you need to get 100 operator headshot kills with an SMG. This is probably the one that maybe outside of the rifle 250 kills will take the most time, just because it's a much larger number, obviously. Once more, hardcore is going to be your friend here, though. Just being able to quickly get those headshots with fewer bullets in hardcore is going to make your life a whole lot easier. We obviously have a good selection of SMGs though that you can use. The MP7 is super low recoil. That might be the one that I end up going for here, but ultimately just gonna have to practice that aim here and drop into hardcore to really get this done in a shorter amount of time. And then finally, we've got the sniper rifle category, and for this one they need you to get 50 operator headshot kills with a sniper. Now this is going to be one shots regardless if you're getting the headshot kills, so it doesn't matter if you do this one in core or hardcore. That said, a lot of the snipers in this game not all that aggressive, so maybe running Shipment might be a little bit too extreme and too chaotic for snipers to consistently get those shots unless you're very good at quick scoping. If you're more of a patient player, Shoot House might be more your style there, or again, even jumping into ground war could be a decent solution there too. Really, this one is going to depend a lot more on your aim than anything. Just make sure you are accounting for bullet drop if you're playing one of the larger maps. Holding a choke point here, always going to be a good idea, just so you can pre-aim that and have that lined up nice and easy and just track that player and you can knock out those headshots. So like I said, pretty much every single category is very straightforward. These challenges aren't particularly difficult. It's a lot more so just tedious, time consuming, and maybe a little bit boring in the case of some of them, but very basic challenges here at the end of the day to get these new camos unlocked. So that said, hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, do me a favor, drop a like on it, would be really appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you're always up to date with everything going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.